Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of The Danny Show. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, giving you commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. And before I get started, I would like to wish everyone a happy Easter, aka Resurrection Sunday. We all know what that, some of us know what that means. And for those of you who believe in that, happy Resurrection Day to you. And the only thing crazy about it is I cannot come up with a meme to make to imagine how Jesus feels about sharing Resurrection Day on April the 20th. If I come up, stay tuned, I might come up with a meme to put in the community post. If I do, stay tuned, you might see something funny. But in the meantime, let's talk about last night's WrestleMania and Stand and Deliver. Let me give a couple of thoughts on Stand and Deliver. First of all, Ricky Saints, congratulations. Ricky Saints versus Ethan Page had a double or nothing feel to it in AEW because over the past few years, with the exception of this year, AEW would go to Las Vegas, where WWE is this weekend. So that had a double or nothing in Las Vegas feel, but at Stand and Deliver. Congratulations, Ricky Saints, who got the Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns chant. Congratulations to him. Also, Stephanie Vakir put on an amazing fatal four-way match with Jada Parker, Julia, and Jordan Grace. Thankfully, for Booker T's sake, Booker T got the devil's kiss that he wanted to see. He didn't get it. I know he would love to get it. And legend has it that Booker T is sleeping in another hotel room by himself because he is acting excited while Sharmell is right behind him. I just want you guys to know Sharmell was right behind him, watching him commentate on this stuff. So, yeah, that was a long talk home. Of course, that woke him up because everyone was fast asleep due to the fact that Triple H had a great speech, but the great speech was kind of long. Though great, but to everyone else, it might have been a little too long for everyone. But I still thought the speech was good and inspirational, especially when he talked about the whole appreciating the important things in life and not complaining about the little stuff. So congratulations to that. And also, the triple threat match, Obafemi, congratulations, Hank and Tank, and Roca, by the way. But that triple threat match, first of all, that was for the second year in a row, it was an all-black main event. Last year, Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. This year, Obafemi, Javon Evans, and Trick Williams, and what was an amazing triple threat match at Stand and Deliver. That, my prediction came true, which was Obafemi wins. Now, I said Stephanie would win. I got that correct. I said Obafemi would win. Got that correct. I said Ricky Saints would win. I got that correct. I didn't gamble. I didn't bet on or predict on Hank and Tank versus Fraxian because Hank and Tank are the new champions. So I think if I were a gambling man, and I'm not because I don't gamble, especially socially, because people fight and shoot and kill, unfortunately. But I would have won some money. But with that being said, let's move forward to WrestleMania. First of all, we opened up the show. Jey Uso did it. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to notice I am wearing a Las Vegas shirt in honor of WWE being in Las Vegas. And if you haven't seen it, be sure to check out my top 10 favorite matches to take place in the city of Vegas. I might be able to do a part 2 soon. Who knows? But for now, let's talk about the WrestleMania Saturday. Awesome night. Shocking ending. Jey Uso did it. Jey Uso did it. He did it. He won the championship from Gunter and celebrated with Jimmy Uso. I was hoping there would not be a double cross with Jimmy, but thankfully all is good with the world. At least That part was good with the world. Of course, we had Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton putting on a heck of a show. Very great main event for the women's championship. I have never seen a natural selection done like that before. However, it was the prettiest moonsault that won the match, and Tiffany Stratton retained. By the way, great Barbie entrance, by the way. And of course, Tiffany chipped a tooth a little bit, but her smile is still great. We saw the New Day right there, Kofi Kingston, win the tag team championships from the Raiders. I really thought the Raiders were going to win, but the New Day won and ran off like thieves in the night. Of course, we saw Jade Cargill defeat Naomi. I was rooting for Jade because Naomi has turned into a psychotic heel. So congratulations, Jade. We even saw, I would have predicted this, but we saw Jacob Fatu defeat LA Knight, who had an incredible entrance. Both LA Knight and Charlotte Flair came out to an amazing car entrance. And I think, and I don't know, I just realized something. Unless your name was Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio, do not come to WrestleMania with a car entrance. It's bad luck. Batista did it, failed. Becky Lynch did it, failed. LA Knight did it, lost. Charlotte Flair did it, lost. It is bad luck to come to the arena. Ever since the new decade came in, it is bad luck to come to the arena in a car, unless you're Rey Mysterio. Of course, moving forward, I have never seen anyone counter the moonsault with a BFT like LA Knight did, but much like Tiffany Stratton, a moonsault won the match, and Jacob Fatu is the United States champion, as many expected, and it took a few moonsaults to get the job done. Let's add that. Now, what else? Now that I've covered just about everything, let's talk about the main event. Oba versus Trick versus Siobhan. If that has to be between 4.25 to 4.75 stars, in my personal opinion, if not 5. But this match, this triple threat match, oh my God, I got the right people on. I got Roman here and I got Seth here. The display is subject to change, seeing as how this would be WrestleMania Sunday. However, where do I start? First of all, Machine Head. For those of you who are metal fans like myself, Machine Head in the package for Roman versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. The song is called, I don't know what the song is called. I don't know if it's called Sell to Black, but you should be able to find it on YouTube for the packaging with Machine Head and WWE. Be sure to look that up if you're a metal fan. That package was awesome. I'm very familiar with Machine Head, including 10-Ton Hammer and Davidian. Oh yes, I know. The intro song to Davidian is awesome. By the way, now let's move forward to the night. Seth Rollins is a little bit ahead of the time because Seth Rollins came out with a flamethrower, lights went out, he comes back on looking like Jesus Christ. Ironically, today is Resurrection Day. That would almost look like a tribute. Then we have Roman Reigns, CM Punk coming out to Cult of Personality, much like WrestleMania 29 against The Undertaker. They had the match. If that match is, I'm willing to bet that match is between 4.75 and 5 stars because of how great the match was. I don't have time to go through all the highlights, but the one highlight you do need to remember is that, first of all, I didn't know the new announce tables could break, but they broke because Roman Reigns put them through both. We thought we were going to see a Shield reunion. We did not. When is Seth going to learn Roman is not for you anymore? Of course, the announce tables broke. Paul Heyman gets the chair and proceeds to hand it to CM Punk. Hands it to CM Punk, goes low on CM Punk, then gives the chair to Roman Reigns. And as God is my witness, I said to myself, when Paul gave the chair to Roman, I said, as God is my witness, Paul Heyman is going to go low on Roman Reigns. And as soon as he did it, and Pat said, "You son of a biscuit." Obviously, because today is a sacred day, I'm going to keep my language clean. But Paul Heyman, being the son of a biscuit that he is, turned on Roman, as I immediately predicted, and then gave it to Seth Rollins to go for the chair shot, which started this whole mess 11 years ago. Then go for the stump, pinning Roman. Seth is heel. Paul Heyman can never, when will we learn? Paul Heyman can never be face for too long. That is like inviting your domestically abusive boyfriend or husband into your life thinking he is going to change. An abusive man will always be an abusive man. Always. He will not change. Once an abuser, always an abuser. Once a heel, always a heel with Paul Heyman. The only thing I feel sorry for when it comes to Seth Rollins is Paul Heyman is going to stare him to death while visualizing Kayla Braxton. That's all I'm thinking. By the way, does Paul Heyman owe Kayla Braxton a favor? I'm just asking. In the meantime, that's all the time I have for you for now. I'm your host, Danny Cody, giving you commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. Happy Resurrection Day, Paul Heyman. You disloyal walrus of a human being. Now we got to see heel Cena win the WWE Championship. I'm rooting for Cody, but I just got a feeling something's finna happen. See you later, folks. Have a great night.